To understand why most creators are failing, we have to look at what we call a reverse tutorial. If you take a highly polished, overproduced video and place it next to a raw, fast-paced clip, you'll notice a pattern. The polished video that took hours to edit gets ignored, while the raw clip captures the scroll. This happens because of the post and ghost method. When you take a single video and blast it across every app without removing the original platform's watermark, you are giving the algorithms a reason to suppress you. They recognize the recycled file and lower its priority in the feed immediately. Think of your content like this machine. When you force the exact same gear into 3 different mechanical systems, the whole process eventually jams. This mindless duplication is why your reach feels invisible. This failure happens because of a technical reality. Platforms don't actually index the pixels of your video. They index how humans interact with those pixels. If a TikTok user is looking for a specific audio trend, but an Instagram user is scrolling in silence to read captions, the same file cannot satisfy both behaviors at once. Because the algorithm prioritizes these interaction patterns, a video engineered for an audience that wants to read will fail on a platform built for an audience that wants to listen. You are trying to speak the wrong language to the wrong crowd. To solve this, we use the 1-to-3 content splintering strategy. This allows you to take a single raw asset and apply what we call wrapper optimization to fit each specific platform. Mastering this means you stop fighting for algorithmic luck and start hijacking the system. You are turning one piece of effort into 3 distinct psychological traps tailored to how people actually use their phones. Your workspace begins with one prerequisite: a single, raw, vertical video between 7 and 15 seconds long. Before you do anything else, ensure the file is scrubbed completely clean of any logos or watermarks. Shift your mindset here. You aren't trying to be an influencer. You are operating as a traffic director. Your video has one goal: force the viewer to tap your profile picture. We'll start with the TikTok wrapper. The user behavior here is highly auditory. People have their sound on, and they are looking for specific curiosity gaps. To capture them, you need a hook that intentionally withholds the payoff. Use phrases like, "The post and ghost method makes you invisible. Here's the 3-second fix." This forces them to keep watching. On your timeline, you need to add a currently trending audio track layered directly beneath your primary video file. Now, take the volume slider for that trending track and pull it down until it is at exactly 1%. This action is a mechanical exploit. The 1% volume allows your primary message to be heard clearly while invisibly triggering the platform's audio momentum, linking your video to the trend's growth. By appealing to the algorithm's bias for sound indexing, the TikTok wrapper bypasses visual noise and captures a captive listening audience. Now, duplicate your project to create the Instagram Reels wrapper. Your first step is to delete the audio modifications we just made for TikTok. Instagram users behave differently. Their psychological lean is toward visual consumption and reading text while they scroll. On this platform, curiosity hooks can backfire. If a user has their sound off, a hook that withholds information creates cognitive dissonance. They won't wait for the audio to explain it. They'll just swipe. Instead, use high-contrast, bold yellow text overlays. These should be created natively in your app and engineered to pop onto the screen in rapid succession. We are going to engineer what we call a loop hack. Zoom into your timeline and shorten the duration of each text block. The text needs to flash slightly faster than a normal human reading pace. When the text disappears before the user can finish it, they will instinctively let the video play a second time to catch what they missed. This artificially inflates your loop retention rate. By weaponizing reading speed, the Reels wrapper manufactures the watch time data required for the platform to push your content to a much broader audience. For our third and final platform, YouTube Shorts, duplicate the raw asset once again. Unlike the other two, YouTube is an intent-driven search engine. People aren't just scrolling, they are looking for specific answers. This means we abandon curiosity hooks and visual loops in favor of direct, tutorial-style phrasing that matches what someone would actually type into a search bar. To help the search engine categorize you, insert a distinct title card block precisely at the beginning of your timeline. Trim this title card down until its duration is exactly half a second. This microflash serves as a signal to YouTube's automated search crawlers. It allows the system to scan your keywords and file the video into the correct search database. This simple action shifts your video from a disposable trend into evergreen educational material that can be found years from now. The Shorts wrapper changes the lifespan of your content. You aren't making a 24-hour social post, you're building a permanent, searchable traffic engine. At this stage, you should have 3 distinct files ready for deployment. Looking at this matrix, you can see how the same base footage is now wrapped in 3 different formats: the TikTok audio waveform, the Reels visual loop, and the Shorts search metadata. This is the core difference between a hobbyist and a professional. While amateurs blindly duplicate their work, professionals splinter their assets to exploit the specific nuances. Export your files now and post them sequentially to each platform. When you post, keep the transition low friction. Don't use a high-pressure sales link. Instead, guide them to a pinned highlight on your profile that explains your process. By following this splintering strategy, you stop hoping for a viral moment and start systematically harvesting human behavior to feed your revenue funnel. At this stage, you should have 3 distinct files ready for deployment. Looking at this matrix, you can see how the same base footage is now wrapped in 3 different formats: the TikTok audio waveform, the Reels visual loop, and the Shorts search metadata. This is the core difference between a hobbyist and a professional. While amateurs blindly duplicate their work, professionals splinter their assets to exploit the specific nuances of how people use each app. Export your files now and post them sequentially to each platform. When you post, keep the transition low friction. Don't use a high-pressure sales link. Instead, guide them to a pinned highlight on your profile that explains your process. By following this splintering strategy, you stop hoping for a viral moment and start systematically harvesting human behavior to feed your revenue funnel.